Have you ever heard the phrase, work is worship? I grew up hearing this phrase, and if I'm being totally honest, for the longest time, I only pretended to understand it. Like, really? Submitting my timesheet, this is worship? This endless email chain, this is a sacred act? It felt like something people said, but didn't actually live or even understand. Eventually, the way I understood it was to be giving the very best of myself to something greater than myself. Although, even in that, I might have questioned how that mundane or minute detail I was working on was part of contributing to anything, let alone something greater than myself. But through a series of experiences, including deep, wonderful conversations with my dad and with my wife, attending the EBBF conferences on ethical business, that's actually literally what EBBF stands for, Ethical Business Building the Future, and then the One Planet summits, the first of their themes being on what they called spiritual capitalism, I started to connect the dots. A few profound conversations and this one incredible philanthropic document in particular. Shout out to Roy, Laylee, and Sean for co-authoring it. It just completely turned my understanding on its head. Like, quick side story, actually. Sarah, my wife and partner and everything, and I were at the first One Planet Summit, and it had millionaires, billionaires, bootstrappers, and celebrities in attendance. But it was seeing these three incredible souls who we had met previously. One of them even spoke at our wedding decades earlier. They were seated at one table together at lunch, and it had us, as Sarah called it, fangirl over them. The document was that kind of special to me. Sean, Laylee, Roy, thank you. We love you. Please give me the updated document that you teased for 2 years now that you've done more work on it. I want to read it. I want to host a study and focus group around it, but I digress. Yes, I digressed. I do that a lot. And so on the topic of that, it all clicked into place when I stumbled across this other quote from Muhammad Ali. He said, when we devote all of our actions to a spiritual goal, everything we do becomes a prayer. And just like that, boom, it wasn't about the task itself. It wasn't about the spreadsheets or the emails. It was about the intention behind it. It's about dedicating the action to something bigger than just getting through the day, and how all of it leads somewhere, even those minute, mundane details. And this shifted me from hustling harder to growing intentionally and deeper. This idea, it turns out, is ancient wisdom, and it shows up everywhere. In Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita talks about devoted action as a path to growth. Sikhism has the principle of seva, or selfless service, seeing work as a way to genuinely serve. It's amazing how these spiritual principles don't have a single season of relevance for mankind, and how they travel through all the major religions and beliefs. And for me, as a Bahá'í, of the Bahá'í faith, this concept is central. The idea is to integrate our material and spiritual lives so completely that they become one and the same. We're encouraged to find work that helps society, that promotes justice, that makes the world even a tiny bit better. Basically, we're spiritual beings having a very human and sometimes very messy experience. And our work is one of the main stages where that experience plays out. It's our laboratory for practicing virtues like honesty, integrity, compassion, love. I should mention that at the start of this year, I did a short series of videos around 81 virtues. Just search for the hashtag 81 virtues and you'll find those in the shorts. This philosophy is so deeply embedded in what Sarah and I are building with the happiness department that for a while, I didn't even consciously realize it. It was smuggled in, even to myself. It's the not so quiet engine behind our profits third model. People first, planet second, profits third. Because when your work is an act of service, the goal isn't just to make money. The goal is to contribute. The profit becomes almost a byproduct of doing good work for other humans. And to be clear, we are pro-profits, just never at the expense of people, the planet. So not at the expense of me over you. We'll delve more into that part another time, but bottom line, we do actually make more just in the long run. That's the nature of building trust and loyalty over a quick buck at the expense of trustworthiness. So how do we actually do this? How do we make this real when the bills are due and a boss may be calling? For me, it starts with a daily reminder. There's a passage I read almost every single morning to ground myself in this mindset before the day runs away with me. Yes, I actually market to myself each day with a confirmation bias. The quote from the Bahá'í Faith goes like this: "And the honor and distinction of the individual consists in this, that he among all the world's multitude should become a source of social good. Is any larger bounty conceivable than this, that an individual, looking within himself, should find that by the confirming grace of God, he would become the cause of peace and well-being, of happiness and advantage to his fellow men?" And every time I read that, it's a reset and an anchor. It reminds me that my value isn't tied to my productivity, but to my contribution. Am I being a source of social good in my family, in my work, in this video? That's the question. So here's the call to understanding. This is not about needing to quit your job to go save the world. You can start right here where you are. It's a shift in perspective. What if you approached your next meeting not as an obligation, but as an opportunity to practice attentiveness? Maybe unity. What if you saw your most annoying task as a chance to build diligence and even perseverance? What if you treated every interaction with a colleague or the person across the table you're doing business with as a chance to, as another one of the Bahá'í writings say, do some good to every person whose path he crosseth and be of some benefit to him? When we anchor our work in a desire to serve, to grow, and to contribute to the well-being of the others, the work itself is transformed. It gets infused with meaning. Our office, our workshop, our studio, it becomes a kind of sacred space because your life isn't compartmentalized. Your spirit isn't something you just tap into on the weekends. It's here, right now, in this moment, waiting to be expressed through you. That's why I believe in work-life fusion, not work-life balance. It's about congruency, the unity of congruency, which is when what you believe is in alignment with what you say, which is in alignment with what you do. Let's embrace that. Let's make our work an expression of our deepest values. And together, let's build a world where our businesses become engines of purpose, growth, and ultimately, collective flourishing. Thanks for being here. And if you want to delve deeper into what's meaningful and on purpose for you, go grab the Happiness Department app and make an account. We're unlocking our Lifestyle Blueprint program for the first 1,000 people that create accounts on the app. Just download it, create an account with an email address, and Sarah will unlock it for you in the next 24 hours. I'm not saying it's a program that will change your life, but I'm also not saying it's a program that can absolutely change your life. I created it as a precursor to those that wanted to join my Unshakable Foundation program. Because before we figure out how to live the life we want, we need to figure out what it is that we want in the 9 areas of our life. And that is what is available to you inside Lifestyle Blueprint program on the Happiness Department app. Here is a QR code I should put here on the screen so you can get it. And that quote, actually both quotes I read earlier, that's one of the reasons I'm giving it away. Together, we flourish. Thank you for being here. May life be amazing.